Hello everyone, welcome to day 137 of playing chess every day for you. Let's find the game. We're starting as white here, so e4. We get the Scandinavian, so I'll go into it. Take the center. Develop quickly. Castle. That move comes in. I do have a check. My opponent just blocks, and I don't have a bishop anymore if I do that, so not sure. I could give a check now. Then bring my knight, but that does lose the knight, so I'm not sure. Checks. If bishop blocks, that's good. If knight blocks, I can just keep my bishop there. I can develop this bishop. I could go to attack the center. Knight blocks. I can bring my own knight, which is pinned. The queen has to come in. I'm attacking the knight right now. I could have also pushed. Wow, I think I missed a chance to push. Pushing d5. If the queen defends, I just push. But this knight to e5 move is very active, so pushing would have been... I think pushing wins a piece. Oh no, not really. Defends like that, but I'm still able to push now. And win material. Kicks my bishop. I still win material here, so bishop can move here, but then I have discovered checks on the king. And I actually have checkmate almost. But they do take my bishop here, so if we trade like this, I'm still winning here. Rook slides over. I can take here. If the rook takes, I have check. This actually wins the game, so my opponent takes, I have checkmate, so they can't take. Oh, I don't have checkmate. I almost have checkmate. This check would give me mate, but the rook is there. So if I can bring my bishop in, I'd have checkmate. My opponent attacks my knight like this. I just go here. And I have a fork. So I'm going for this. Threatening the mate. My opponent's in the mating net right now. If they kick me, I have this move. They played that move instead. But I still have this. This is... So... Check, the king has to go here. Then I have this check. The king has to run. So maybe I don't actually have anything here. Check, king must go here. I'll go for check. It's very active. The king goes here. The rook needs to move and I win the rook, so I'm still completely winning here. My opponent has to give up a rook, so blocking doesn't work, I just take. And it's the same position. If they take my knight, I take here. They take that rook. I'll take here. Bishop comes in, I can double up my rooks. Checks don't work anymore. I could even start pushing here. Or I could just pick up this pawn, which also seems good. And start pushing this one. And castles is good. I could lock my bishop in here. My pawn's also protected, so I can't just go for this. Pushing doesn't do anything. Knight in to hit the bishop. I can just go back. My pawn's always protected. Knight in hits this. Does threaten to win the pawn as well, but I'm defending the pawn with the bishop right now, so there's no point. I can just push this. Knight here is a fork, but I just move the rook up one square. And then the knight is essentially trapped. I can just slide my rook up one square, and the knight will be trapped. Unless they trade. And I think rook c1 just wins the knight. So I'll happily trade here. And I'm quite sure rook c1 just wins a knight. And my opponent resigns, and we beat someone who was 18, we beat someone who was 1179. So let's look at this game. I played with an 80.2, my opponent with a 72.9. We both had 2 mistakes, my opponent had 1 miss. I played like a 1650, my opponent played like an 1150. And I was just completely winning the entire game. I made 1 mistake, but it didn't do much. So we played the Scandinavian. B6 is a weird move. If I play Queen F3 here, I just hit the rook. My opponent has to block. Queen F6 was the best move. Bishop D3 was weak. I should have played Bishop to G5. Which looks very weird, but best move is Bishop G5. And this would be the line. Castling is okay, but I actually had Knight E5 first to target this. Well, not really target right now, but I could trade off the bishop and then target this. That's a bad move, because I have check. And blocking with the knight is bad. My opponent should have blocked on d7 instead of c6. And knight to e5 was still completely winning, but just pushing was the best move, because it just wins a piece. Blocking with the rook is okay, but I can just push. Take the knight first. And the queen trade is very bad. So I actually didn't have to take the queen here. I could have taken on the bishop first, because I threatened mate after taking the bishop. And I also take with check. So this queen move is terrible. I take with check. The best move is king to d8. But then I just play rook takes d1. King goes to c7. I make a queen. King takes. I take with check. And it's just checkmate. That's a very beautiful checkmate. I didn't find it. Instead I took the queen first, which is still completely winning. I should have just defended. Or I should have attacked the rook. If the rook took. Why is knight to c6 the best? Because knight c6, e5. My opponent has to give up a rook. Really, the rook is trapped. Oh wow, the rook would be trapped. The rook has to take. And if the rook takes... What happens if the rook takes? What happens if the rook takes here? Then I have rook d8 check, which is checkmate. Wow. And this was a mistake. This is why I started being too confident, but I still win a piece here. Just win the rook, up on exchange. I can take the pawn and just threaten to promote. c3 is the best move. This just helps me trap the knight, and my opponent resigns. And we beat someone who was 1179, so I'm very happy with this win. Great game from me. And I finally reached 1100, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.